Hello, beautiful souls. This is Elena Fouché. So, why practice mindfulness? Very good question, and frankly, really hard to answer. Largely because mindfulness is an experience. Being present is something that you do. It's not an object. So, for instance, describing an object is pretty simple. Like, if I wanted to describe this book, I could say, well, it's square and orange and has, I don't know, 100 pages, and it's about Greece and blah, blah, blah. And you would have a pretty good idea of what that book is. Experiences, though, are harder to explain. Like, how would you explain to someone what an apple tastes like if they've never tasted an apple before? It's kind of challenging, huh? I don't know. Sweet? Refreshing? Light? Crispy? I mean, some of those aren't even tastes. Crispy? So, being mindful is an experience, and experiences aren't hard to explain. The other thing is that how I'm going to explain an experience is going to be different from how you explain an experience, because how I explain it or how I experience it is unique to me, and how you experience it is unique to you. So how I experience the taste of an apple is going to be unique to me, and I would explain that experience in a different way than you would. So, blah, 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 blah. The point is, instead of trying to explain mindfulness to you, I'm going to have you do it. And then you can tell me whether you think it's useful. You can decide whether you actually want to do it, it's worth your time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here we go. What I'd like for you to do is notice yourself wherever you are. So just notice your physical body, like I'm sitting here in my living room in the Alps. So where are you? Are you in a room? Are you outside? Are you on a bus, a train, a plane? Where are you? Where's your physical body right now? And just notice, like, okay, I am sitting here. Are you sitting? Are you standing? Are you walking? Are you running? What are you doing? I'm sitting here. So in this moment, you just became aware of yourself, of your physical body in space. So, you are, let's say, sitting in a cafe in Brazil. Yeah, there you are. So that's mindfulness, that's presence. It's very simple. Just becoming aware of ourselves in space is super easy. And not that interesting, to be fair. The thing is, as you deepen into the experience, you start to realize that there's a lot to be aware of, actually, wherever you are. Because there's a lot of information coming in internally. So you've got a lot of information inside, and there's also a lot of information outside. And most of us, in any given moment, aren't even noticing that stuff. We're not noticing what our body feels like. We're not noticing our emotions. We're not noticing our thoughts. We're lost in them. We're not noticing so much all the sounds and sights and temperature and all kinds of stuff that's going on out here. Because we're so lost in our thoughts, we're just not even aware. So let's see if you can deepen into this a little bit. Now, I'm going to warn you that it takes practice, because you inevitably will get lost in thought before we finish, but who cares? So try this. There you are, sitting in Brazil, or wherever you are. Maybe you're in Glasgow. Notice what your feet feel like. If your feet are on the ground, whatever's on the ground. Let's say it's your feet. Notice your feet on the ground and the sensations in the bottom of your feet as they're pressing down. Now that's interesting, because those sensations in your feet have been here the whole time. You've been watching this video and you didn't even notice. Why does it matter? Well, I mean, in and of itself, doesn't matter so much. And yet, there's just one really simple thing that you weren't aware of that you could be aware of. Imagine all the million gazillion other things you're not aware of that are happening inside and outside of you that you could be aware of. So let's do a few more. All right, take a moment and really look around you. What does the space you're in look like? And when is the last time you really looked at it? Really? How high is the ceiling? Or what color is the sky? And what sounds can you hear? I can almost guarantee you there's sounds that you can hear now that you're noticing and being aware that you didn't hear before. And again, like your feet, it's not that the sounds weren't there, it's that you weren't noticing them. Okay, so that's outside. Let's go inside. Take a moment and notice, well, your feet, okay? And also, what's your emotional state like? Are you happy? Are you sad? How are you feeling? Nervous, excited, bored? And really feel that for a moment. Like what do you actually feel like emotionally right now? What is that? Maybe it's shifting and changing. Just feel that. Okay, so we could keep going. The point is, you have a lot of information available to you that you're not even paying attention to. And, you know, I mean, who cares on some level? And maybe you don't. And maybe after watching this video, you're like, done. Don't need to be mindful. And maybe you don't. I tell you what it does for me, though, is it makes every moment of my life so much richer. I have so much more input. I can enjoy the moments that are really enjoyable that much more. And the moments that aren't enjoyable, I can find things about them that are enjoyable. And because I have so much information about my thought patterns, my emotion patterns, my physical sensations, the people around me, and all the things, I can actually shift things. How many times have you been in a situation where you're like, this sucks. How did I get here? I don't know how to change it. Yeah? Well, the more aware you are before, during, and after that situation, the easier it is for you to change it when you're in it. And next time to not even go into it because you're aware before you get into, oh, I see what's about to happen. Yeah? So mindfulness itself is not personal development, really. And what you can do with it is really amazing. It helps me evolve in a way that no other tool I have helps me evolve. It's kind of the meta tool. It's kind of the thing that helps all the other things I do work. So, okay, I'm going to stop there. We could keep going. Let's don't. Play with it if you like it. If you don't like it, leave it alone. I will say it helps people be more creative. It helps people be more clear in their thinking. And it's especially good for people who are having physical problems as well, like having disturbing physical sensations. So for what that's worth, play with it or not, up to you. Hope that helps. Take care and see you next time.